increasing every year.
I noticed, yeah.
Yeah, so we're not generating enough.
No, it's
I'm
gone
afraid-
down.
I'm really afraid for the future that we're not generating enough revenue to pay for it.
I can see that, that's
Yeah.
why.
And there was a lot of good issues. I mean, Dennis brought up about grease traps. There probably should be a separate ordinance regarding grease traps and things like that. I kind of think we're a little bit behind the times in our sewer ordinances. There's a lot of fee, like even the connection fee, which was it, $2,000, $2,500, and a lot of municipalities are collecting $4,000 or $5,000.
And that's based on, you take your retired debt, divide your number of users, and they're saying anybody new coming in the system should pay that X number of dollars. And I don't think that's going to be calculated in 15, 20 years. So all these new developments are coming in, they're paying a very bargain rate fee, and they're not really paying their fair share of what this has been
Could be
invested in
our
the system
answer
at this point in
to
time.
this process.
I believe, that, correct me if I'm wrong, did you say at one point that our sewer rates are some of the lowest in the state? Was it you that said that or somebody else?
I had mentioned that if the only rate is the per gallon, you know, if it was like 4 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Sandy
pretty,
knows. What is
that's
it?
a pretty favorable rate.
0.0046 outlying
Yeah.
districts that are 0.00.
We haven't really addressed
You won't find
the
very many
rates,
people who pay.
even the fees at the town, on the town side, let alone the sewer side, they haven't been addressed in a real long time. We really need a good sit down and going over.
Just-
Any other
it works.
comment on
Yeah, what I can tell you is, if you want to get the other districts into a meeting,
Well, that's what we're
say
just
we're gonna
talking
raise the sewer rates. And as many people as don't
that's
show
not
up
what
at
we're
all
talking
those
about.
meetings.
No, we're not gonna, we're
Anything, let's be clear, anything
We
that's
were just
wrong about
mentioning
going
emergency
over-
gonna
sewer.
stop
That's why we
that
have
right now.
Sandy Galatio. That's why we have him.
Okay, yeah, we're not gonna discuss any of the sending districts, just,
So,
Anything that we are discussing is on Phillipsburg.
so
correct,
Bob, you're
that is correct.
Bob, you're recommending that we take a look at the Phillipsburg sewer rates, and I know that we're also recommending, I know Sandy's looking at me, and we're looking at industrial versus residential, which has never been done in Phillipsburg, but done in many other places. Can you explain, could someone please explain to council?
We get it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have a differential, and like Dennis was saying, you know, the justification for the higher cost for commercial industrials, it's more cost intensive to treat that way. So
Right.
there's higher concentrations of waste products that need to be addressed.
Okay. Yeah, I think at this time we'll open it up to the floor, to the public. We've hashed out a lot, so I'd like to hear if there's anyone in the audience that has anything to say with regard to.
So I just have one.
Yes,
one last thing.
please
One
do.
last thing. If we were to do either one of these loans, there's a 3-year phase-in period. In other words, we can issue temporary debt. We don't have to pay anything on it for 3 years, but after 3 years, we have to start paying debt service anyway. So that actually gives us 3 years to kind of get a little bit of a hold on our rates, maybe adjust them accordingly and start to see a little bit increased revenue in here. That way we stay self-liquidating.
Not all at once.
It's not the end of the world if you're not self-liquidating, but you really, the benefits outweigh.
Councilman?
I have a question for you. We've been talking now here all night. What would you prefer us to do? To put a cap on that or not to put a cap on that? On the digester?
The other controls.
On the control? Yeah, put a cap on the tanks or not?
Yeah, that part of the $3 million puts a cap on it.
Okay.
And then you have an air exchange that goes, any air that, you still have that air going in and out of the
Right,
tanks.
it's not
That
blow
goes-
off.
That goes through a biofilter and is treated, so any of the odorous gas that comes off
Right.
that is treated before it's released to the atmosphere.
Right.
Biofilter consists of mulch and other materials, select materials.
Yes.
I think it's changed out every.
Biolog is.
Does anybody from the floor have anything to
Yeah.
say?
And if anyone wants to, Mount Holly Sewage Authority has
Right.
right in a residential area at their plant, and they go through these biofilters, and been very effective. They have
Easton
a lot of-
has it too. Easton has it on yours too.
On my vacations, I go to sewage treatment plants. Lambertville, have you been there?
I haven't been there.
Well, they're capped, and, I mean, you can walk right up to them, and you can't smell them. Would that be your system?
Yes.
Okay, good. When you're in this business, Bob. Oh, when you were growing up, did you ever roll your window down going by the treatment plant?
I used to fish back there, and I remember, I know the early morning, I know what it smells like in the early morning, but now it's never been this bad.
No.
We used to fish back there.
Well, because of all the changes you heard today, but I
Right.
think Bob has the answer, I'm just not saying it. And Sandy, would you just, do you want to touch on what litigation we're in, because council?
Actually, I don't think we
No,
can,
no,
Mayor,
no.
that we had to do that in the executive session.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So rather than do that, what I would like to ask is, before we open it up to the floor, is there a recommendation from Bob and Dennis, Sandy, your input as well, if you can? Which way do we go that will benefit the town? Right? I already know it's going to, I want to benefit the taxpayer, but I also want to be able to benefit the people up on the hill and the people in Delaware Heights, right?
In the future.
Correct. So we need to attack this at all different angles, and I know it has to be cost effective, but at the same time, it doesn't sound like we're seeing what the council vice president just showed me. I don't think that there is a cost effective solution.
There's not an overnight fix. It's not-
No.
This is going to take
This
time.
isn't an overnight decision.
Yeah,
Um,
no, it's
You know,
not.
I'm sorry, I know you wanted that, but
Yeah.
So one thing we're looking to start now.
Dennis, explain what you told me today about the hydrogen sulfide binding those materials up to do better than what Dan is.
Yeah, there
I
are,
didn't mean that.
there are different chemicals out there that claims that it binds the sulfides. So
Yeah.
we can look at that and see what that cost would be. And you know, I'll get with Dan and we'll see if we want to possibly change out and just try that. I'm not going to say it's going to be
Yeah.
better. You know, everybody sells it, you know, but it's,
So the point is, we can do something, we don't have to live it the way it is right now, you're gonna try some stuff.
it's not, obviously, it seemed like it was working, but the
I
other
thought
night
it-
it wasn't working, so let's try something else.
I think, I mean, I've showed you the numbers, you
Yeah.
know. In the last year, I spent $186,000 for this sludge management, okay? For this odor control. And that's not gonna go away. It's not gonna go away until this. I could probably spend $300,000.
I feel like I'm fixing a pool right now.
So that's going to,
I'm-
that's our,
This is all.
Sandblasting it and the concrete's flying everywhere is the way I feel right now. And I'm Band-Aiding it for,
And that's what this is, it's prophylactic, that's it.
Oh my God.
so, you probably saw us talking because we're trying to figure out next steps. I think my personal recommendation would be to call an emergency quarterly sewer a little early so that we can get everybody on the same page. And the second recommendation was that I just don't, this is a large amount of money. Your version of long-term is not mine because by the time this gets underground, you're going to be telling us we need another tank and that's more money. All adding to the taxpayer burden in the town of Phillipsburg specifically. I'd prefer to see this go out to referendum, to be honest, and allow the taxpayers to decide. This is a significant amount of money. And I think we need the full scope, short-term and long-term, because 2 years from now, somebody's gonna have to make another decision. And I don't want to be sitting on that decision, resting on the decision we made in the next week or two as a council. So I don't know what your thoughts are, Mark.
Councilman.
I don't know about the referendum, because if that fails, we're back to nothing again.
That's true.
It's already back to nothing again. It has to be done. We waited too long. It's been so many years that this place needed to be fixed. And it's not, it wasn't fixed at the time. Put a Band-Aid on it, and forget about it. You know, if the odor comes, well, we'll just spray, do something, make the odor go away. It's not gonna work. We have to do something. And it's at the point right now where we have to do something. We can't say, we're gonna wait another 10 years or whatever. We can't do that. We just can't do that.
Right. But we have some heavy priorities that we've been all hearing about. And we may have to make a decision on what those priorities are, because I can't the numbers we've been hearing, and I remember Councilman Davis saying that these are a lot of numbers and they're scaring me. And that was quite a few meetings ago. You know, we're talking about taking on debt that exceeds our municipal budget. And that I don't feel comfortable about. Vast numbers, that's what I'm hearing on top of an $8 million, it's a lot of money.
Do we start with the grant now? Do we let them, you said the grant is what, in 18 months?
You're looking 2 years through
2 years?
EIT funding if everything goes
Well,
through.
that's a lot.
We could fast track it in 18 months, but you could start down that path, and if they're dragging their feet, then you could go to other funding source. And like Dan said, you're spending $180,000 a year out. I don't know what the debt service would be for the $3 million, but it may only be like $120,000 above what you're spending now on chemicals. So that differential is not as much as the whole debt service that you're going to see on the whole project. But you're going to keep spending at $180,000 just for this misting system if you don't do anything.
I can reach out to our financial advisors and our bond counsel and have them put together a sample debt service for you.
If we could get that.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, they can do that pretty quickly.
We're gonna call
They
it
can
our
do that.
survey.
So
Yeah.
meanwhile, we can start with the applications. It's not gonna
If
hurt.
council wants me to start the application progress,
So you start with the applications.
I can do it.
It doesn't
It
hurt
doesn't,
anything.
as long as it
It
You
doesn't.
can always
yeah,
pull
yeah,
out
hurt
the
anything.
application,
Right.
because somebody's got to pay.
I have a question, Bob.
But
Based, and I don't know, Sandy, stop me if I can't ask this, or you can ask this. What would you raise the rates to here in town? Your recommendation. I mean, I know you've probably been working math all day today, right? Because I know I bothered you a little bit today. What would you propose that we raise the rates to in order to, I guess, semi-fund this project? Because I don't think we can fund this project alone just on
No,
that.
anything that we do is just help increase the revenue flow to the plant, which in long term will help pay the debt service and keep us liquid.
Right.
So I gave you that form there that said, back in 2013, when the original rate study was done, the recommendation at the time was to do a 2% increase every year for 5 years. Had we had done that, the rate then is .0051. So it would be moving from .0046 to .0051. I say you have to start there and look at the industrial commercials and see if we can come up with rates for that. Look at the grease traps. Well, Dan, you mentioned something about when somebody moves, about checking whether or not they're connected
The
to.
connection piece.
Yeah, you know, those are all things, the whole sewer, I think, needs to be kind of taking a look at it.
Industrial residential ordinance. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not this meeting, but there's no connection piece that had come in from now, the outlying districts for a lot of years. We're owed a lot of money, but it's just
Back on those, it's not.
not flowing to us.
It's part of the litigation.
Yeah, we'll just keep that for executive session. Okay.
Can't talk about it.
No, we cannot. Thank you, Sandy. Okay, so it looks like a 10% increase. Is that what we're looking at? I gotta tell you, a 10% increase, it doesn't look to me, I don't really think they'll notice it.
We can actually run a number.
On the sewer.
Yeah.
I mean, if I raised taxes 10%, you'd notice it, but I don't think you would notice it with the sewer.
Well, the thing is, when you do your budget every year, taxes usually generally go up at least a penny or something.
Right.
The sewer rate's been stagnant for 5-6 years now.
Right.
You know, and there's been no increases whatsoever.
Not only that, and even if they did notice it, I gotta tell you, the phone calls that I've been fielding, the mayor's been fielding, the residents, I don't think they'll care about a 10% increase if we get rid of the snow.
Well, that's
It's
directly related.
but it
Right, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
But you gotta remember, it's not gonna happen overnight, either.
no, dude,
I mean, even though
It's
the
tomorrow.
rent raised to 10%, you know,
It's
and then
tomorrow,
people are
right.
gonna.
They just
call
raise
and-
taxes and they'll fix it.
Dennis got it all.
I think
Raise the
if
taxes, bless me.
that's what you said,
God
right?
bless you.
you at least have a plan
You raise
going
the taxes,
forward,
I'll go, on
that's
if
better
you do
than
that, I'll
not.
move myself on the line. too.
Right.
If you
I
at
say
least
I'll-
have the residents working.
Music to my ears for the council president, guys, Bob, to raise his taxes.
Well, no, and I
What the
had,
hell, I'll hang with you.
listen, all I'm saying is Bob, you're right. We have to have a plan going forward.
Yeah.
I mean, it's further than we were last year. I mean, I'm not speaking in a condescending tone. What I'm saying is, people right now for the past year, 6 months, because I wasn't here last year, so I don't, Mayor, I don't know if you were fielding those calls last year or not, but
ever
for the past
since-
6 months, we've been fielding calls. We need a plan of action moving forward, right?
That's what Dan and I talked about.
So, yeah, we definitely, the first thing we need to do is call an emergency sewer meeting. We'll work that out with Vic to send it out to the newspapers. What do you guys want to hold it? Not on the 17th, right? You want to hold it on the 17th? 6 o'clock? It's only a week. You want to do the first meeting in August?
I think it's gonna take longer than an hour. I think we have to set a
Separate day?
separate day to have it, because it's gonna last more than an hour that we usually talk.
Is anyone going on vacation?
Yes,
Amber?
the 18th.
Oh, you're fine, you're good. Wait, July 18th?
Yeah.
No, you're not good.
Sandy, when is the next litigation or mediation?
We're scheduling that maybe the last week of
Because you
July.
don't want it to go too close, right?
Maybe the last week of July.
Okay.
I don't have my calendar, but it's the first week of August.
Starts on August 1st. and-
August 7th is our regular meeting,
We have a regular meeting the first week of August, right?
for August 7th. But we typically don't have a work session in August.
Oh, man, you gotta, go down as the worst council president ever. Making you guys work this summer. Well, listen, people need it, so we have to come up with something. Will you be here first week of August?
Yes,
Councilman?
that's the right stuff.
Isn't all this a regular sewer meeting?
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
It may be, if we.
Just got it.
August 7th.
Rich has the president.
Okay, then we don't need an emergency.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start at a different time, that's gonna take more than an hour.
It is.
It's gonna take a lot more time.
Right, so I think we should cancel the sewer meeting, hold it the day earlier, and start it at 6 o'clock, because we're gonna be here longer.
Or we just start the council meeting.
They could,
Council meeting doesn't have to start at 7 o'clock, so maybe we just do a long
And
night.
you'd still be here, right? It will be a long night, and then I don't have to have any extra meetings.
Right.
it's gotta be mandatory, Rich. You gotta make it mandatory.
Yeah, well, I can
don't-
try, yeah. No, I'll send out, I'll send out correspondence. But yeah, say you can do it at 6 o'clock, when it's every schedule.
Strike your pipe.
And it runs to 8, and we start the council meeting at 8 o'clock, and hopefully it's.
Okay.
you know, it's what we should make.
They're both public meetings, right?
Right, are we okay with that?
Yes.
It's gonna be a long night,
On the
but
7th at 6.
on the 7th at 6 o'clock, council meeting will start at 8. The meeting will be at 8 on the 7th, right? It's a priority, we have to tackle this issue, it
Yes.
really is, we've waited far too long. So, okay, you're good with that? In the meantime, we'll still be trying to fix the issue, I know that it's just a Band-Aid for right now, you guys will try something.
Well, there's a couple of things I can try to do.
Okay,
We had a primary tank offline on Monday, but that didn't seem to have a net effect. We've cut the air everywhere. There's still some room to trim air. The only thing, if I cut the air, for example, the weekend may be fine, but I end up with clogged pumps, then I've got to kick the air on which means Monday morning will be just pitiful.
We're gonna be flush.
So, let me see what I can do. I'll call tomorrow and let you know what I find, where I can trim it back.
Right.
Uh,
You'll be in touch with the mayor?
Constant contact.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. In the meantime, we're gonna start on the application process. Can't hurt, no harm, no foul.
Okay. Is there a fee?
Is there a fee associated
No.
with
Is there
the?
an application fee?
Yeah, there's no application
No,
fee.
no, it's all computerized.
And
It's
if
all-
you put my name, then I can go in
Do
there.
they need a
and start
resolution?
They
voting.
need a resolution.
Yes.
So,
Tuesday.
We can do
all
it
right,
Tuesday.
so what we'll do is we'll,
And just walk me through it. All right, I know.
Don't rush, don't worry.
okay. You all right with that, Councilman? We'll have a resolution set for Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we'll go ahead, we'll vote on the resolution so we can move forward with the application process. Okay. Actually, it would be fair too, because Councilman McVeigh and Councilman Davis aren't here tonight. Really rather all five members of council have a say. I'm sure they'll all go, I'm sure they'll all vote yes, but I'd really rather have them here just so we can get the input.
Yes.
But
You need the resolution.
the legal answer is absolutely yes.
We would be going with that answer.
I'm just saying, Council Vice President, the legal answer is yes.
Call me next Wednesday.
Okay. All right, so we're a lot further than I thought we were. Councilman Lutz, do you have anything?
No.
Council Vice President?
Now, there's an event here on the 22nd that somebody dropped off. There's a rock walk to raise awareness for veteran suicide. Cost us $20 until, okay, never mind, $25, July 2nd to 21st, $30, July 22nd day up.
Right.
If you'd like information, I have it up here.
We can get that, did you send that to us too, so we can put it on, we can get it on the website around the town's Facebook?
Is this the one that goes from Alpha to Easton?
This is not the 22, this is a different one
No,
completely.
It's
this
a
is
different route?
Right.
not Carry the Fallen.
Carry that,
Okay.
yeah, that's
This is not
expanded.
Unforgotten. It's going to take place, everything is going to be at the high school. So it's a 3-mile all around the perimeter of the high school property, high school.
Well, I will be on vacation.
All right, I'm comfortable with the emergency meeting. There's a lot more in here than I thought, so I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Thank you, Dennis, thank you, Dan, thank you, Sandy, thank you, Bob. I really do appreciate you guys coming out. Motion,
So moved.
let's do it.